Have you ever wondered what actually happens when two stars collide? Pick up anything near you right now. A cup, a phone, a pen. Hold it for a moment and think about what it actually is. At the atomic level, every single atom inside that object was forged inside a star. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you are breathing right now. None of it was made on Earth. None of it was made here. It was made somewhere else entirely, under conditions so extreme that your mind is not built to picture them, and then scattered across the galaxy by a violence so enormous it briefly outshines entire civilizations of stars. Now imagine two of those furnaces colliding, not grazing each other, not drifting close, colliding. Two suns, each one millions of kilometers wide, each one burning at millions of degrees, falling toward each other across the darkness until they meet at speeds your brain cannot comfortably hold. What happens next is one of the most spectacular and consequential events in the known universe, and it happens more often than you think. Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are already extraordinary. Your sun is roughly 1.4 million kilometers wide. If you hollowed it out, you could fit approximately 1 million Earths inside it. It burns at 15 million degrees Celsius at its core, fusing hydrogen into helium every second at a rate that would make any nuclear weapon look like a birthday candle. Your sun is, by any human standard, incomprehensibly large and incomprehensibly violent. Now take two of them. Place them in a binary system. Two stars orbiting each other, bound together by gravity, spiraling slowly closer over millions or billions of years. Binary star systems are not rare. In fact, roughly half of all stars in your galaxy exist in pairs or groups. The night sky looks like a collection of solitary fires, but many of those points of light are actually two stars so close together that from Earth they appear as one. Over time, if those stars are close enough, they begin to transfer mass. One star grows, the other shrinks. Gravity pulls material from the smaller star across a bridge of gas called the Roche lobe overflow, feeding it directly onto its companion. The receiving star bloats and distorts. Eventually, the system becomes unstable. And then, contact. The first thing that happens when two stars begin to merge is that their outer layers touch. This is not a gentle meeting. The outer layers of a star are still plasma moving at thousands of kilometers per second, and when two plasma surfaces make contact at those speeds, the energy released is immediate and catastrophic. A shock wave erupts outward. The gas at the contact point is heated to temperatures far above either star's normal surface temperature. It begins to glow in X-rays, radiating energy that would be lethal to any planet within range. In 2017, astronomers confirmed a stellar collision that had been predicted years in advance. A binary system in the constellation Cygnus, cataloged as KI C98 32227, was observed tightening its orbital period. The two stars were spiraling toward each other on a measurable schedule. Astronomer Larry Molnar of Calvin University predicted that the collision would happen sometime around 2022, give or take a few years, producing a red nova, a specific type of stellar explosion that results from two stars merging. The prediction was extraordinary because stellar collisions had never been forecast before the event. Astronomers had only ever identified them in hindsight. The red nova itself is worth understanding in detail because it is not the same as a supernova. A supernova is the death of a massive star, a catastrophic collapse followed by an explosion that destroys the star entirely. A red nova is something different. It is the birth of something new. When two stars of similar size merge, the outer envelopes of both stars are ejected violently outward in a shell of hot gas, and the cores spiral together and fuse into a single, larger, rapidly rotating star. The ejected shell glows red as it expands, hence the name. For a brief period, the merged object shines with a luminosity that can be 10,000 times brighter than either original star. In 2008, the red nova Phi 1309 Scorpii was observed and later studied in detail by astronomer Romuald Thylenda and colleagues, who found archival data showing the pre-merger binary system and were able to reconstruct the entire sequence of events in reverse. They watched a collision that had already happened, reading the light curve backwards like a story told in reverse. What they found confirmed the theoretical models and gave astronomers the first complete observational record of a stellar merger from start to finish. But not all stellar collisions produce red novae. What happens depends enormously on the masses involved. If two low-mass stars merge, two red dwarfs, for instance, each less than half the mass of your Sun, the result is a larger, hotter, bluer star. The merged object has more fuel, burns more intensely, and may live for billions of years longer than either of its progenitors would have alone. The collision is violent, but the outcome is renewal. A new star, born from the wreckage of two. If one or both stars is significantly more massive, say several times the mass of your Sun, the collision plays out very differently. The increased mass means increased gravity, which means the merger is faster, hotter, and more energetic. The resulting object may be so massive and so unstable that it cannot sustain itself. If the combined mass exceeds a certain threshold, the merged core collapses under its own weight. The outer envelope is blasted outward in a true supernova explosion. The core implodes. Depending on how massive the final object is, what remains might be a neutron star. A city-sized object made of matter so dense that a teaspoon of it would weigh 1 billion tons. Or a black hole. This pathway, stellar collision leading to supernova, leading to neutron star, or black hole, is one of the ways that the universe manufactures its most exotic objects. And there is something even more spectacular waiting at the end of that chain. When two neutron stars collide. A neutron star merger is in a different category of violence entirely. Neutron stars are the compressed remnants of massive stars that already exploded in supernovae. They are roughly 20 kilometers across, about the size of a city, but they contain between 1 and 2 times the mass of your entire Sun. The density is staggering. The gravity at the surface of a neutron star is 200 billion times stronger than the gravity you feel standing on Earth right now. When two of these objects spiral toward each other and merge, they release more energy in a fraction of a second than your Sun will produce in its entire 10 billion year lifetime. In 2017, the same year that KIC 983227 was being watched for its predicted collision, something historic happened. Gravitational wave detectors at LIGO and Virgo, the extraordinarily sensitive instruments built to detect ripples in space-time itself, caught the signal of two neutron stars merging. The event was cataloged as GW 170817. For the first time in history, astronomers detected both the gravitational waves from a merger and the electromagnetic light produced by it simultaneously. Telescopes around the world turned to the same point in the sky and watched. What they saw was a kilonova. A kilonova is what happens when two neutron stars collide and spray neutron-rich material across space at a significant fraction of the speed of light. The material is so dense with neutrons that atoms are built rapidly, one after another, through a process called the R process, rapid neutron capture. This process creates elements that cannot be made inside ordinary stars. Gold, platinum, uranium, the heaviest elements in the periodic table, elements that require conditions so extreme they only exist for a fraction of a second inside a neutron star merger. In the kilonova produced by GW 170817, astronomers estimated that the collision created a mass of gold, roughly equivalent to several times the mass of Earth. Let that sit for a moment. The gold in the ring on your finger if you wear one. The gold in every piece of jewelry ever made. The gold in every vault in every bank on this planet. All of it traces back to events exactly like GW170817. Two neutron stars, the compressed ghosts of stars that died billions of years ago, spiraling together and colliding in a fraction of a second, spraying the raw material of human wealth across the galaxy like shrapnel. You did not buy that gold. You inherited it from a catastrophe. Pick up whatever you were holding at the beginning of this. Feel its weight. That weight is the sum of atoms that were forged in stellar cores, scattered by supernovae, built into heavy elements by neutron star collisions, drifted through the galaxy for billions of years, collapsed into a solar system, assembled into a planet, and eventually arranged themselves into the object in your hand. Two stars colliding is not a distant abstract event. It is the process by which the universe built everything you have ever touched. And somewhere out there, right now, two stars are spiraling toward each other across the dark. They have been falling toward this moment for millions of years. And when they finally meet, the gold they make will outlast everything.